Friends, 285 vote days. There are massive number of informations coming from the war zone, related to war zone, and even not related to war zone from the rest of the globe. However, I am going to bring important information, that too in brief, so that you think globally yet act locally. Starting from south, where military activities are minimum compared to the rest of the war zones, as ISW reports that Russian forces continued their routine shelling in Kherson, west of Huliaipol, Dnipropetrovsk and Mykolaiv. In north, Ukrainian forces are continuing their offensive on various axes like Novosailovsky, Kuzmovka. From Liman direction also they continued their offensive, and Ukraine has clearly said that it will continue working on its offensive policy to deny the Russia gain upper hand during winter, which of course everyone is scared of. In Swatovo, counter-offensive by Ukraine and in Crimea also continued, where the Russians launched counter-attack. And unlike in south, which you have seen, Russians are exercising their option of attacking various Ukrainian forces. And it seems both the sides are basically doing with their worth, company or battalion level to check the opposition's preparedness rather than capturing the terrain unless easily available. In east, Ukrainian forces carried out many attacks on various axes as the winter has set in and their declared policy. Basically on Kurdimoska, Pavlovka, Vodiane and even on Otinoe. Here, of course, with the intention of recapturing back, an intense fight was reported. Ukrainians did not succeed. Artimos, that is Bakhmut, the Ukrainians incurred heavy losses, death as well as wounded. Here, the Wagner PMC reached into Zolotarevka and Verkhnekamenka, small villages but important ones as far as the war of Bakhmut continues. Military Chronicle, Ukraine has reported that in Bakhmut, where temperature has dipped, there is acute shortage of spare parts, rubber, foreign equipment and other required supplies like medicine, food, clothing, etc. The Ukrainians are facing extreme difficulties, and in this war they are losing their troops in proportionate ratio. The wounded soldiers are piling up, even up to Liman hospital and of course in Artimosk and other parts of adjacent Ukraine in hundreds, and this is demoralizing for them. The present winter situation, wherein the mud has been replaced by hard surface, strong icy winds, temperature being in negative, will continue till beginning of March at least. And Ukrainians' effort to deny this opportunity to Russians to move forward will be extremely difficult. We have to wait and watch and see what Pentagon and its NATO headquarters think about it, how they plan to counter it. They must have had something in their mind. From today, the CSTO Parliamentary Assembly Meeting is starting, where Iran is allowed to join the meeting as an observer. While it is important to note that in Iran, where the massive protests were going on against the morality police, the government had decided to disband it. A good victory for the people. Moscow is working to ban use of price ceiling for Russian oil set by the European Union and USA. And OPEC has agreed to maintain its oil production targets to be cut by 2 million barrels per day, helping Moscow. And in the meantime, Moscow had denounced Kiev's crackdown on Orthodox Church. How Zelensky is gaining in this, I am not sure. Yes, as far as Russian oil export is concerned, Russia has quietly formed a shadow fleet of 100 plus oil tankers to circumvent restriction on oil export. A good move, I must say. In Africa, there have been massive protests like in DRC, Congolese, elsewhere against the Western imperialism, their hypocrisy, and mass killing of their civilian friends and comrades, family members. Africa has been reduced to a backyard of American imperialism and rest of their allies. Yes, at present they are busy in Ukraine, but it does not mean that they have left rest of their hegemony globally. Thank you, friends.